Hi everybody, and thanks for tuning in to this week's yoga video. Today we're going to be doing a flow for upper body strength. So this is something to practice when you're working on your headstands or forearm stands or any arm balance really, just to help build the upper body strength and hold yourself up. Before we get started, I'd like to take a second to ask you that if you've downloaded our YogaByCandace official app, which is available for iOS and Android, to take a second to review it. If you review it, it would just mean a lot to us to hear your feedback and know what you think. When you're ready, let's get started. Come into a comfortable seated position on your yoga mat and bring your hands to Anjali Mudra, which is the prayer position. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. And exhale fully through your mouth with a sigh. We'll do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Exhale. And last time. And close your eyes, close your mouth, and begin to breathe in and out through your nose. And with the mouth closed, see if you can part your teeth to relax your jaw. And as you tune into your breath and get connected with your Ujjayi breath, see if you can let go of whatever it is you're carrying with you today that's holding you back from being your best self. Mentally visualize yourself putting that stuff into a suitcase, locking up the suitcase and setting it aside on your yoga mat. So it's not with you right now. It's not going to hold you back. You're not distracted by it. Whatever it is you're holding on to, just you're letting it go. And then begin to notice that with each inhale, you elongate through the spine, sitting up just ever so slightly taller. And with each exhale, you relax your shoulders away from your ears, drawing shoulder blades toward one another. Chest is broad. Feeling relaxed but stable, with a strong, solid foundation. On your next inhale, quietly open up the eyes and bring the fingertips down to the ground. Walk your left arm away from you and lift your right arm up overhead, look up. Press into your left hand so that your hips stay on the ground. And then reach even more with your right arm to see if you can find space between your ribs. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. And do the same thing. So you're pressing into the hand, reaching out of the arms. Fingertips are alive. Arm is long and strong. So if someone came by and tried to press your arm down, it wouldn't go anywhere. Then as you inhale, come back to center and bring the arms out in front. Interlace the fingers. Then press the palms away from you. Round your upper back. Lower the chin to the chest. As you inhale, sit tall. Flip the hands back towards you. Then open up the arms. Reach back behind you. Clasp the hands. Press the heart forward. Lift the chest. Look up. And then as you exhale, gently release and find your way onto all fours. Spread your fingers as much as you can and then plug in equally. So as hard as you're pressing into your thumb, you're pressing into your pinky. You're not dumping any weight into the outside of the palms. Wrists, elbows, and shoulders are in one long line. Knees are underneath the hips. And on your next inhale, you're going to look out in front of you, maybe 3 feet on the ground. Then spread your right toes and press out of the bottom of the foot to get as long as you can. Not as high as you can, as long as you can. And then on your next inhale, lift your left arm and reach your arm out away, trying to get as long as you can from your fingers to your toes. And then on your next inhale, bend the knee, reach back, maybe you grab hold of the foot, and if so, you lift up, breathing into the hip flexor and the chest, and then gently releasing and coming back down onto all fours. I'm going to take one cat-cow pose here. And then come back to center with a flat back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. spread the left toes and reach out of the bottom of the foot to get as long as you can, not as high as you can. Stabilize here, keeping your gaze out in front of you, finding that drishti, and then reach your right arm out in front, trying to get as long as you can from the fingers to the toes. Fingers are spread, toes are spread, body is long and strong. And then you'll bend the knee, reach back and grab hold of the foot maybe, and if so, lift up. Breathing into the hip flexor and the chest. And then when you're ready, gently release. We'll take another cat-cow. Then from here, we're going to find our way into plank pose. So for plank pose, we want to have the wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one long line. You're on the toes, your butt is a little bit lifted, so you never want to sink, and you don't want to be too high. And on your next inhale, we're going to come down onto the forearms. So try to keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. Try not to let your elbows open up wider than your shoulders. From here, we're going to go back into plank pose and then find our way into downward facing dog. On the next inhale, come into Dolphin Pose. So you're just going to bring the forearms down to the ground. And again, we're not going to open up the elbows too wide. From here, push the ground away. So it doesn't feel like you're getting very much length, but continue to push. Beginning to build a little bit of fire in the upper body. Beginners, stay here. But if you're looking for more of a challenge today, lift your right leg and spread the right toes. And then get even longer. So continue to press the ground away even more. Bend the knee. We're going to draw a big circle with the knee. And at the end of that circle, bring the foot down to the ground. Lift the left leg. Spread the toes. Push the mat away even more. Bend the knee. Draw a big circle. Bring the foot down. Come into downward facing dog. Let the head go, shake out your head. And then on your next inhale, we're going to come onto the toes and look ahead. You're looking between your thumbs, and from here we're going to do a downward dog push-up. So we're staying in this position, but we're going to bend the elbows out to the side and then press up. And do that 2 more times. And last time here. And then from here, step your right foot to the front of the mat. Rise up and find your way into Warrior Two. So outer edge of the left foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat. I don't know about you, but my arms are on fire. Look out over your right middle finger. Bend deeply into the front leg, but you want to make sure that you can still see your toes when you look down. We're going to make small circles with the arms. Smaller than the size of a dinner plate. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come into high lunge. So you're going to swing the left arm up, and you're coming now onto the ball of the left foot, hips facing forward. Then come down with the hands and step back into plank. You're going to do 1 push-up here. If you're a beginner, go onto your knees, but make sure that you send your hips forward. Elbows must stay straight back behind you. Then come into downward dog right away. On your next inhale, come onto the toes, bend the knees a little bit. Look between your thumbs. We're going to do 3 downward dog push-ups. 1, 2, 3. Step the left foot to the front of the mat. Find your way into Warrior Two. Outer edge of the right foot, parallel to the short edge of the mat. Sink low. Make sure you can see your left toes. And then when you're ready, you're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into high lunge. And bring the hands down for 1 push-up. And downward facing dog. From here, you're going to walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees and round all the way up. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, dive forward. Walk your hands out to plank. 1 push-up. Downward dog. Inhale onto your toes and bend your knees. Look ahead, jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit low. Squeeze the legs together. Come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Three more breaths. Inhale, come to stand. Take your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Open up your arms. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Press your palms together. Arch your back, lift your heart. Look up. And as you exhale, bend your knees deeply and lift your arms. If this is too much for you, bend at the elbows and grab opposite elbows or forearms. Let your head go. Breathe into the fronts of the shoulders. And as you inhale, sit deeply, release the hands and come to sit all the way down. You're going to come into Gomukhasana, hands. So just sit with your legs crossed. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing. Inhale, lift your arms, and then settle your arms into your torso. So plug the arms in. Bend your left elbow, and then take your right arm down, and bend the right elbow as well. You may not be able to clasp here. If that's the case, just grab hold of a yoga strap or a tie or a belt or whatever you have at home to help connect the hands. Otherwise, clasp the hands and breathe. It's a really great stretch for the shoulders. And when you're ready, we'll take it to the other side. So slowly unravel. Lift both arms, plug the arms into the body. Bend the right elbow, then reach back behind. And maybe you clasp, or maybe you need to use a prop. Ain't no shame. And then just breathe. Knowing that wherever you are is perfectly perfect. There's no real destination here. So just enjoy wherever you are on the journey. On your next inhale, gently release. We're going to extend the legs out in front. Bring the arms out in front and slowly roll down onto the mat. And once you get there, pull your knees into your chest, give them a good hug. And then we'll come into spinal twist, so extend the right leg long. Take the right hand to the left knee and pull the knee up and over the body. You may want to cactus the left arm if you need a deep stretch, or if you're really tight in the shoulders, just take your arm long and bring it down by your side. And then look out over your left shoulder with your right eye. And with each exhale, see if you can find a little bit of movement to find your shoulder and your knee down towards the ground. And then on your next inhale, come back to center. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So extend the left leg, left hand to right knee, pull the knee up and over your body to the left. Cactus your right arm if you need a deep stretch, or take your arm long by your side. And look out over your right shoulder with your left eye, deep breath in, full breath out. And just scan your body here to see how you're doing. What's your energy level? How do you feel? Just becoming really in tune with how you're doing. When you're ready, come back to center and then extend your legs for Shavasana. You're going to be here for about 5 minutes in total relaxation. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then roll over onto your right side. And take a deep breath in. Full breath out. And then when you're ready, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. You're going to end the same way we began, so bring your hands to your heart, close your eyes. And take a moment to acknowledge your practice, your health, your commitment to yoga today. And when you're really ready, seal it in with namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.